What's going on, guys? It's your boy XQ420. Welcome y'all back. Another episode, Showtime with the Cube. I've got the powerful one with me tonight, Corey Hughes. Are you doing well tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
You see, that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. The powerful one in all of his glory. All right, man's got it. Man's got his hair done tonight. I mean, that thing.
I just did it like 30 seconds
up.
ago. Well, no, because I was looking like I ain't had a shower in 3 days, and so I was like, I can't go on the air like this. I got to go at least do the hair. So I went real quick. There you go. That's what you got.
Hey, man's looking gelled up. He's pristine for our audience. That's what we like to see. Okay.
Oh, I'm going to be making another appearance on Fresh and Fit coming up. Got me some more Fresh and Fitness coming up. Yeah.
Oh, when's that? When's that happening?
I'm talking to Myron now, but I'm shooting for the weekend of the 18th. So,
okay, of this month of October.
Yeah, hopefully we can pull that off. So,
okay. Hey, I mean, man, be in again with the big wigs. I mean, that's what we like to see. Moving on up in the world. You're gonna have to do the Miami trip one time. So you can do the after hours.
So I can hit on their hoes down there that they make fun of. They get all these girls in studio just to make fun of them.
Pretty much.
It's like guys are supposed to get all the girls in there and fuck them. Like they're not supposed to get them in there and then make fun of them. Like it's a weird paradigm shift that's happened recently.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the way things are now. Mm-hmm. I mean, the dynamic between men and women is so screwed up at the current
moment. It is screwed up. It is very screwed up.
It's pretty horrendous, to be honest. I mean, it's god awful, and maybe things will get better, but it probably won't be in our lifetime. So that's okay. That's okay as well. We appreciate everybody.
Well, it better be because I ain't going the rest of my life without getting laid again. So fuck all that shit.
Okay. Something needs to look up quickly. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Something needs to change real quick. All right. hey, look. Hey, any available young ladies who was not maybe all the way batshit crazy, does take their medication. Give Corey a call. You know what I'm saying? He's an available bachelor. Okay, he's available bachelor, and he's an overall good dude. You know what I'm saying? He might say some things that might be what they call it, quote unquote, misogynistic.
Offensive. Oh, misogynistic. No, I love women, man.
In nature, yeah, because that'd be the hatred of women. It's like, man, I don't hate women.
No,
I just need you to get in the kitchen for me. That's all.
God made him for fucking and cooking dinner, not me.
There it is, boys. What? I mean, hey. We like to step out on a limb out here, okay, with Showtime. Like I said, we appreciate everybody checking us out on all platforms. We're YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter. So appreciate everybody for coming out tonight and checking us out. We will be talking about The Penguin. All right. The most recent installation from DC. But this is not James Gunn's DC. I want people to remember this, Corey. This is not James Gunn's Batman. This is an elsewhere Batman. This is Matt Reeves' Batman.
Okay? So James Gunn being the producer of The Batman.
No, it's Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves made the movie Batman.
Yeah, The Batman. Yeah, with
the
Robert
Batman.
Pattinson.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, this is Matt Reeves. Yeah, this is Matt Reeves' elsewhere universe. But it's still got the DC label. But this is not James Gunn's DCU that's coming up, that's starting up with the Superman.
Okay, let me just clarify. I don't give a goddamn fuck about no DCU. Sorry. They've ruined it for me. Marvel ruined it for me. And this Penguin series is lucky that it got my attention, and it's actually good. And so let's just fuck all that bad DC shit. It's no good.
Well, we don't know if it's going to be bad or not. This is a revamp.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Cool. We'll figure out if it's going to be bad or not right here. Okay, here we go. I got a nickel. Hang on a sec. Here we go. Heads is going to be good. Tails is going to be bad. Yeah, here we go. Oh, heads is going to be good.
Okay, so there we go. Well, it's kicking off with the Superman movie next summer.
Oh, hang on a second.
That's what they're going to kick it off with.
Hang on a second. Superman movie. Hang on. Shit, that's gonna be good too. Fuck.
This is how we're determining everything right now. It's going, whether it's going to be good or not. I mean, James Gunn, he could revive it, or he could finish it off. I don't know which one, but it may become very uh, difficult to follow, seeing how there'll be so many different iterations of um, of characters. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to make his Batman movie as well at some point in time. So that may
So
become, and this is going to be a clash. So there may be a little bit of a clash
what
with
I like
that.
about Matt Reeves and his vision of Batman is that it's a somewhat, I mean, it's fantastic, but it's a somewhat realistic version of Batman, right? Like Batman's jumping off, he's not jumping off of buildings with like a big cape. He's got like one of them, one of them suits that you fly with, right? It's like a realistic kind of Batman. And so
Right.
here's what I would compare it to. I would compare it to at the end of Pee-wee's Big Adventure when they remake Pee-wee's Big Adventure with the big actors, and it was the
hmm
last 5 minutes. That is what this is. It's a larger than life production of Batman. So,
Okay.
um, it is unquestionably the best thing we've seen out of anything comic book related, and I can't even tell you how long. I don't remember
Well,
the
it
last
kind
time
of,
I enjoyed anything. Like honestly, I'm enjoying Penguin more than I like the damn Batman movie.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it has been good. It kind of, it's a similar feel as when was it Christopher Nolan did the Dark Knight series. So it's more of a
Well, see,
well,
even
this was
that.
probably but this was probably a little bit darker than that, to
Well,
be
this is what I
honest.
would say. This is the difference in the
Uh-huh.
comparison I would make is that even that the Christopher Nolan Batman, which was amazing, it was an action adventure kind of thing. Um,
Right. Mhm.
I would say the Penguin is a straight up drama. It is not action adventure at
Okay.
all. It is a straight up drama. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, that brings us to the Penguin. Let's get on it. Let's go
Yeah.
through it and see what's
Yeah.
what.
So do you want me to show this promo first?
No, let's play. Let's talk about the first episode, and we'll play this after because this is kind of
Okay.
covers
Okay.
the
Okay.
follow up.
Okay. All right. All right. So we'll just go ahead and we'll jump right into the first episode. This is directly following the events of the Batman.
So, can you
Like
refresh my memory because
like a
I've only seen the Batman once. I think I started a second time, but I didn't get through it a second time. If you could refresh my memory on why he went to the Penguin in the first place, why Batman went to the Penguin in the first place in the movie.
well he was actually using the Penguin to get further, or to he was using him because he was trying to find out who was actually doing the killings of the higher ups in Gotham at the moment. So he went to him because he was one of Falcone's henchmen, and he was a higher up within that particular crime organization. Okay, and so he had the interaction with him in the club at that point in time, and of course, they had a back and forth. Penguin tries to kill him, so that's where the Penguin kind of folds into this. Also with Catwoman, she was trying to get revenge on Falcone. All
Mm-hmm.
right, at that point in time, because he had destroyed her family. So yeah, so that's how it kind of ties in, and of course, right there at the end of it, the Riddler explode. Is it the damn water system, and he floods like the boroughs. So he kind of displaces a whole group of people in Gotham, and so this actually follows up from that a week after those particular events. Now, the Batman itself is not so much about the Penguin; he's in there. Oz Cobb, he is in there, and he has his moments where he shines, but it's more about the crime family of the Falcons and trying to find out who the Riddler is, find out who's doing these killings throughout that particular movie. So that's the premise there. But I think it got such a Colin Farrell got such a raving review of his of how he played the Penguin that they were like, well, damn, let's go ahead and try to make this a series. And what I actually like about this is that it seems that Matt Reeves continued to keep his hands in this particular series, so we kept a similar theme. I think a lot of times that the issues that we have, especially if we go to like Marvel Cinematic Universe, is that you got so many people directing the movies that they've got like a different feel to every single movie, as opposed to staying within the same kind of grittiness that Matt Reeves did in the first Batman. So, so yeah, so yeah, and I think
One
from
of the
what you
questions
told me,
I have.
you said, uh huh.
Oh, go
Okay,
ahead.
you can go ahead.
Oh, what I
Yeah,
was
from
going to
what
say
you
is
told me, you yeah. Let me go. From what you told me, you said that they weren't going to call him the Penguin.
right, right. I read an
You
article
said you seen that in an
before.
article.
Yeah, before I even watched the first episode, and it was talking about how it said it had the sentence was something along the lines of, "But don't expect to hear the name Penguin in this series. In this series, he's called Oswald Cobblepot or whatever his name was." And so, when I heard him called Penguin, and he gets called Penguin in the second episode one time, and I'm like, "Whoa!" It took me aback because I thought it broke the. I know it was just an article I read, but it said a thing in my mind, kind of an image in my mind, and it broke that for me. And I would have liked it if they didn't call him Penguin because they didn't have to. They didn't have to, right? That was part of the
Yeah.
realistic nature of the show is they didn't have to call him Penguin, and they did. So,
Well, he's got the walk down pat. That damn.
well, here's the thing that I don't get: why would he cast Colin Farrell to do this with all the makeup? I don't understand. Like, it's great, don't get me wrong, but why would he do that? Was it some sort of weird artistic thing? Did Colin Farrell come to him and just pitch it to him? I mean, I want to know the story.
I'm not
about
sure,
it because it seems like
I think
it's a lot of trouble in makeup and stuff. They put a lot of makeup on that dude every time they got to film an episode. So I mean, it's like that's a lot of work. That's a lot of money. I mean, that's probably a couple $1,000,000 just in makeup on that dude for the series.
Yeah. I think it's like 2 to 3 hours to transform him into the Penguin, into Oz Cobb. Okay,
right.
so he's Oz Cobb in this, as opposed to Oswald Cobblepot, which is the rich Penguin, which is what we see in like
Oh, I see the differentiation you're making there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is Oz Cobb, the quote unquote not rich criminal. Well, not yet, of course, as he moves up in power. But you have Oswald Cobblepot, which is somebody who was already rich. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So they've got that distinction there. I actually seen somebody talking about that, how they were in the comics, like they were doing two separate versions of them per se. So this guy is not well to do, as we see right out the gate. He's kind of guided out the mud. He has a disability, which is that jacked up foot. I mean, that foot jacked up when he pulls that sock off. You're like, ugh. I mean, that thing looks horrendous. But let's jump into that first scene, which kind of sets the stage for everything. When he's speaking to one of the Falcons. I believe his name's Al, if I'm correct.
You're talking about the
Al
brother,
Falcon, the brother.
Okay,
the brother of Sophia, which is the son of the.
So
I can't remember
the way it kind of
mm-hmm.
seems in the beginning. The relationship we have here is that Oz is kind of like a soldier in the army of the Falcons. He's like a typical thug. Mm-hmm. He's good at what he does. He's dependable, but of course they don't really look at him too highly because he's just a grunt, and so that's the relationship there. And so, the opening scene where the son of the boss of the Falcons, he's insulting Oz, and he's drunk and he's dancing around, and they're talking, and he keeps making sure to tell Oz, puts him in his place, and he just went a little bit too far, and Oz didn't take it, and Oz blasted this motherfucker, and this was one of the best scenes ever
It,
because he blasts him and then he realized what he did and the implications of it, and he's just like, "Fuck!" And it just and then it cuts. It just cuts right to the penguin, and so and
mm-hmm.
you can tell that seemed to be that they almost painted it like that one scene was the beginning of the penguin. Was really the beginning of
Right.
the transformation of the penguin, right? Into
Right.
him coming to realize that he wanted to be a boss and all this stuff. And I think that scene was his moment of transformation. So, but he hops into action to clean that shit up real quick, doesn't he?
Yeah. Now it kind of sets the stage for how cunning he is right out the gate, because he's actually in Carmine. Carmine is the dad who died in the Batman. Carmine Falcone. He's actually at his place stealing shit, stealing blackmail photos of Viti. Make sure I said the name right. Yeah, Viti, which is one of the associates of the Falcons. Viti sleeping with one of the Falcons' wife. So he's got some pictures of that. He was still about to steal jewelry, and that's when Al kind of walked in on him, and it like sets that stage of tension like the entire time. Like that, it's a very tense moment. Like you're just sitting there the whole time. You're like, oh shit, what's about to happen? It kept you on the edge of your
It was
seat.
like neither one of them
And
trusted each other at that moment, and they both knew something was up at that moment, and something was going to break at that moment, and then he shoots him.
well, Al had kind of, because Oz had kind of talked his way out of the situation, and and Al kind of seen Oz as not really a threat, which became his undoing. Now we do learn that Al is a drop head. Drops is the drug of choice in Gotham. Is there something like that in real life?
No, because that's like they squeeze it in their eye, and the only people does that shit is LSD. But like nobody does that shit with LSD
Is
on a
LSD
regular basis.
but that is the way that you could do that.
You
With
could, but
LSD.
but that's not I think what they were getting at. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was any type of. I'm not big into the paraphernalia game, so I didn't know if there was any real life drugs that was taken like that, like via drops through the eyes.
No, it was a fake drug, just
Um,
like in RoboCop when he's got the nuke and he sticks himself in the neck with the nuke.
oh, okay,
You know, it's Hollywood drugs.
okay. Yeah, so that's the drug of choice in Gotham. He who controls the drops controls the city. We can kind of say that. All right. Now in this first episode as well, as he's trying to actually get rid of the body, and I thought it was it was a pretty comical moment. And this is how you incorporate comedy without being goofy. All right, Marvel, take some pointers here. But when Oz is like carrying the body out, and he's gonna carry it down the steps, and he's like, the fuck am I doing? Just throw some grenade. It's just like, so that's how you incorporate comedy in something that's more of like a serious movie or a serious TV series, and it just not be like overly goofy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So
Yeah,
another thing we need to point out is that when Oz and his and the son were talking, he basically says that he talks to him about his drug, right? He talks to him about his drug that he's making. He's got some new drug that he's going to be making.
Yeah, he got a new drug. Yeah, yeah.
And so that becomes
And he kind of
important
tells him
later
when the
on.
shipment's coming in. Yeah,
Right.
we don't exactly know yet what this drug is.
Right. It's just something different and new.
But that it's kind of centered around the Penguin, Oz kind of taking over Gotham as far as the crime boss of Gotham. He's centering his whole plan around getting this particular shipment. And so it's going to be kind of interesting on what this shipment actually is. Is there anything from the comics that you can think of?
I don't think we're even
I
in
don't
any
think that.
comic territory at all.
Yeah, I don't think that they was the drug game. Was that really something in the comics? I don't know. I don't know how
Oh,
much
I don't
Batman
know.
and all that stuff. You see, I don't know. So because this is becoming with like a more practical approach as far as Batman fighting crime. You know what I'm saying? Fighting
Yeah.
everyday crime. So of course he's trying to get rid of the body. at this point in time, we've got people who are displaced, and so they're looting. Okay, and so they're trying to steal Oz's ride. Of course, he shoots at him, and he catches one of the guys, and his name is Victor. All right, and this is kind of a tense moment because the whole time you think, oh shit, he's gonna kill Victor. You know what I'm saying? When he's going to, he's like, all right, you're gonna come with me. You're gonna drive. You're gonna do what I say. You're mine. And then when they go, when they finally are, they're gonna hide the body at the damn junkyard. You know what I'm saying? He tells Victor, turn around and take a look at the sunset. And then I said, damn, he's gonna bang him over the back of the head. But he ends up hanging on to him because Victor has a disability as well, which would be his speech impediment. So it's almost kind of like they have a connection there via disabilities. What would you think about the dynamic of that and why he decided to keep him around? I think that they're kind of hinting that that's the reason why he decided to keep him around.
I don't know if I got that from it. I think what I got more from it was that he related to him.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because, like, I made sure to watch the after show thing, and they say it directly.
Oh well, fuck you then.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said that. But it's kind of like, oh shit, you got a disability. So at that point in time, if that was anybody else, Oz would have probably just killed him. But obviously, he sees something in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And usually that's the way it is.
And the kid's actually good. He's actually okay in this role.
Do you like him in this role?
I think he's okay. He's acceptable. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. He's acceptable. I mean, I kind of pictured some more greaseball Italian kid as filling that role a little better. Because that stereotype is more willing to do the dirty stuff. You know what I mean? It seems like this kid's a little innocent. They could have had someone a little rougher around the edges. You know what I mean? Like maybe even somebody from the lore, from the Batman lore, they could have brought in. They didn't have to, even if it was not canon, they could have just, had him take in a young, obscure character from the comics from the 70s or something, right? Like they could have done something like that instead of having him kind of feel sorry for this kid to some degree, because this kid, with this kid, he doesn't seem like he's really cut out to do the rough stuff.
Right, but here's what I believe though. I believe they're trying to so it's a transformative moment of Oz wanting to move up the ranks, kind of make his mother proud because he obviously has a close bond with his mother, which we see later on. She's got dementia. And so I think you got the transformation there, and then how Oz is he impressions himself upon this kid Victor, and his transformation along with Oz throughout the show. So I think there's going to come a point in time because right now Victor is just he's did a couple of in and outs. He crashed the car at the end of the episode 1 with Al Falcone's body in the back. Second episode, he's attempting to stash the diamonds in one of the vehicles. So I think there's going to come a point in time where he actually has to pull the trigger on something, probably to save Oz's life. What do you think? I think that's going to happen eventually, and
that sounds reasonable.
It's going to be like his full transformation over. You even see it with like bringing in in the second episode where Oz kind of brings in the hookers. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of just getting him out of that innocent type of,
I don't know why, but for some reason, that character feels like a central character, a central theme of the story revolves around him. He feels almost,
Victor?
Yes, there's something about him, and I don't know why. Maybe he's Oz's salvation. Who knows? But, there's something about him that makes him important in the story, central to the story, to the themes of the overall story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can't really put my finger on it yet. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll see. Maybe he'll come and save the day for Oz, or maybe he'll pull off some super duper stuff, or who knows? But I feel like something is going to happen important with him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we've got another main character that we see, and it's Sophia Falcone, which is Al's brother, and of course Carmine's daughter. And she had just been released from Arkham Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from what the little bit that we get from her, she is a serial killer, and she seems to be a mainly a serial killer of women, from what I understood, from what I was picking up. But every time you see her, they kind of reiterate that she's like off her rocker. Like people don't want to give her a gun. They're kind of keeping her away from certain situations. Her other brother, I need to let me see what his name is. The other Falcone. Duh, 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 duh. I'll get it right here in a second. But her brother, who is actually over the Falcone business right now, he kind of wants to make sure she's excluded from everything. When they're talking about business with VD and the other guy, they kind of like, all right, can you step outside? Even though she's a Falcone, technically, you know what I'm saying? But so they're already setting her up as like a loose cannon. I want to know what you think about her particular character. You think that, and this is Christine Malati, who was playing
Mm-hmm.
Sophia Falcone.
So I
Do you
think it's
think she's
good.
doing a good job at
Oh yeah,
being the psycho?
yeah, yeah. Oh god, yes, yeah, yeah. She got those fucking eyes, dude. You can't fake those eyes. I mean, that bitch is really crazy in real life. All right, so um, the thing about her is she gets out of Arkham. She comes in and she expects that she's going to take over the family with her brother, and
Right.
he gets killed, and so she's like devastated right away. Right, she's immediately like, "Oh my god!" Throws our plans are out the window, and so it seems like for a while she's kind of unsure what her place is, what to do, this and that, and simultaneously you get Oz kissing up to her because if anyone's going to figure it out, she is, and so he's kissing up to her to make sure that she don't figure out that he killed her brother, and he starts even in the first episode he starts dropping hints that she should be the boss and all this stuff, and she's like, what do you think? You know what's best for me, Oz? Fuck you and all this stuff, right? So but that will soon change, and the question is, here's the problem. This is so far, and I'm trying not to give in to the trolls, but I have seen some commentary today that basically said, with this role, this strong, powerful woman role is arising in this show, and Oz is going to take the back seat to it. And that was the kind of debating point over whether or not it was going to get hit with the woke mind virus and fucking wreck itself, by doing some dumb shit with the strong, powerful woman character. So, but I don't think that's the case necessarily, because it's apparent that Oswald wants to be the boss, and he is setting everyone up from all sides. He's playing both sides, unquestionably.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, as Oz, he like when he's on the screen, the charisma is there. You know what I'm saying? He embodies this role, and Sophia doesn't take away from that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like even when she's in there with him, and they got their back and forth banner. I don't feel like Sophia is overpowering him, or the theme of her, thinking that she's going to be the boss, or even the fact that she's psychotic. I don't think that's actually overpowering the Penguin at all. That's what I believe. What do you think?
Well, I guess we'll see in the episodes to come. It's at a teetering point.
Okay.
But I don't want to. I want to see him continue his double dealings. I want to see him backstab everybody and then take over, which is obviously the plot, right? So,
right.
I think it's less than likely that is a concern we need to worry about.
Okay. Yeah. So, in this first episode as well, we see with the Oz's double dealings is that he's going to the Baroni family as well. So the way it's set up is set up for Oz to actually take down both families, take down the Maronis and take down the Falcons all in one fell swoop. Now you want to talk about playing the dangerous game?
Dangerous game.
I mean, it don't get no more dangerous. But this dude is slick. When I say he's got like the charisma, and he actually mentions that to the kid in the second episode when he tells him to lay down with the dead body. He's just like, you got to think of stuff in the instant. It's like, I mean, it's just like, It's like something happens, you got to respond right then.
Yeah, so let's wrap up episode 1 and talk about how Oswald goes to the jail and he talks to Maroni, the boss Maroni.
Yes,
and
Salvatore.
Salvatore Maroni. And one thing we didn't mention is that when he killed Falcone Jr., Falcone Jr. was bragging that he had Maroni's ring that had gone back into family and this and that, and he took the ring, and so the Penguin goes and gives the ring back to Maroni, and Maroni's telling him to fuck off, I don't need you, you're a loser, fuck off, and he's like, okay, and then he drops the ring, and he goes, maybe I'm more than you think I am, and so that's how he hooked him right then and there, because he played his ego and he knew what that ring meant to him at that moment, and that was a powerful scene.
Yep. What they call that? Do you call that a MacGuffin? The ring.
I guess. Yeah, but I hate that. I hate that word.
So you're not down with that word, Corey?
No.
The MacGuffin. Come on, man. All right, that's fair enough. I won't call it a MacGuffin anymore. Today. Next week, though, shit. Yeah, next week, though, shit. So we actually see at the end of this episode, Sophia has kind of wrapped her head around the fact that Oz is the one that probably killed her brother because she snatched one of the young kids off of the street and said, "Oh yeah, we were trying to steal the rims or steal this car. It was a purple car." And you know what I'm saying? And of course, Oz at that point in time, he's like, "Oh man, I know you don't believe no kid over me." And of course, you see at that point in time, like the psychotic nature of Sophia, like she just instantly shoots the kid right in the head.
Right.
And then a few seconds later, you see the car crash into the building, and they reveal Al's body in the back of it with the pinky finger cut off and the ring gone, which sets up the premise that the Maronis had done this because Sal now has the ring back.
Yep. And that opens a lot of doors for him, for Oswald, for sure.
Yep. So that kind of wraps up in the entire first episode. You've got a couple of other people who might have some interesting roles later on. You have the hooker who gave Oz his alibi. I think she's going to come into play later on. I think her name is Eve, if I'm correct. So you have her as well with her girl. So I believe she's going to play a role at some point in time. Hell, she might even get killed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now, but if you're around Oz, man, your likelihood of death is damn increasing whatever fold. You know what I'm saying? However many fold you want to put in it, it is increasing. So let's go ahead and let's jump into episode 2. Do you want me to show this little bit of trailer we got right here? Episode 2.
Yep.
I can do that right quick. Yeah, let me pull this up for everybody.
This came out after episode 1, and it kind of like laid out what the rest of the season would be like, but it's mostly around episode 2 stuff.
Yeah, so here we go. Pull that up, share, and come.
I've given you everything.
Yeah, you have.
Say you'll do it. You mean it. Because you love me. Say it. Say it.
I'll do it. Everything you heard about me is true. I'm just a poor kid, born into nothing. Who's got something to prove? Like you. I've seen stuff.
The whole world, they treat us like we don't matter.
I'm on your side. Just like you were there, calling the shots.
You think you know what's best for me?
You think you know what I need? My little helper? We had a deal. We look out for each other.
Just gonna have to trust me.
Was it worth it? What you did to me?
You know what? I don't regret what I got.
Playing with our family comes at a cost.
All those years. He was watching. He knows this game better than you.
There's a storm coming. You got fight in you, Vic.
I'm ready. They're taking back Gotham.
They're gonna tell stories about us one day. Our names are gonna live forever.
You don't know how you can't watch something like that and just be like, this shit's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
So I got to say, the writers are really good on this. The writers are they're patient, and for them to write a scene like that, like the intensity between him and his mother, like that's tough to capture on paper, and they did. I mean, I think they did a great job. So
yeah,
I'm shocked because I haven't liked anything. Okay, I sit here at home and I watch fucking Star Trek Voyager for hours at a time because modern entertainment is dog shit. All right, so I watch Star Trek.
Not the Voyager,
right? Yeah, I like the Voyager, and so it's the trilogy, man. It's the all three. You got Next Generation, and then you got fucking Deep Space Nine, and then you got Voyager. That's
I was about to say, what about Deep Space Nine? Deep Space Nine.
Oh, it's epic. I mean, we should have a whole series of shows. We should just do a Star Trek show, man. I'll fucking talk Star Trek all day long with you. So, but that's how bad modern entertainment is. And I actually fucking love this Penguin show. It's wild. It's really fucking good.
Yeah. Like I said, like you see that right there, and you see like the intensity in the show, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about this is that, there's not a ton of just like in your face action, but you always have that sense of like at any point in time something can happen.
Right?
You know
it's a suspenseful drama, is what I would say. And I mean, yeah. Like, what action did you have in the first one? Really, not too much until he kills him in the beginning, and then you have him when they crash the car. When he crashes the car with the body in the trunk, and he blames it on the Maronis, right? Like that was exciting, but everything else was just drama. It was kind of like, honestly, it's reminded me of the damn Sopranos. Like, same thing. It's all like drama.
Somebody said
and then somebody gets killed. Drama, and then somebody gets killed. You know, so
yes. So I would say in this. Because I actually watched a movie right here recently, the newest M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap. So what this particular show keeps you on the edge of your seat because you know somebody's going to die. You know what I'm saying? Something's crazy going to happen at any point in time. So you've got that intensity. I'll say like the movie Trap, it kept intensity without not one single person dying. But it was intense the entire time.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think if you can actually, and I think that's the issue that we're having with a lot of these TV shows is that maybe they're not willing to take their time, push the envelope. And then another thing is that you just have to make the story cohesive. We've had a whole lot. I think a lot of times they're trying to throw too much in at one time, as opposed to just making sure your story is cohesive and that the theme fits throughout. I think that's what we're having an issue with, which we're not having an issue with the Penguin at all. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump into episode 2. He's trying to actually set up the Falcons to lose the drop shipment because he has been told to shut down his drop shipment in Robertsonville.
Right. Okay. So he goes back to the jail. And he talks to Maroni again. And Maroni's wearing the ring. And let's just say for a second, Maroni is fucking played by I always forget the guy's fucking name, but he's one of the best actors of the last couple decades. He was the Kurgan in fucking Highlander.
You talking about Clancy Brown?
Clancy Brown. I fucking love that guy. I've loved that guy since the first time I seen him in fucking Highlander. You know, when he puts the safety pins in his neck and he's like, I'm in disguise. Like, that was when movies were fucking movies, god damn it. Like, and he has been in he's just so fucking good. He's been in so much stuff. And anytime they need somebody powerful in a movie, they throw him in there lately. And it's fucking great. He was in the Dexter
he's a perfect
reboot.
mob boss.
Oh, yeah. God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Perfect mob boss.
He's great. I'd
You
love
know
to
what
meet
I'm
that guy. He's one of the few actors I'd actually like to meet in person.
Yeah, so great mob boss. So the Penguin, of course, is setting up the Falcons to get their shipment of drops stolen because, of course, they're moving the shipment at this point in time to a different locale. But something goes awry with his particular plan because Vidi says that he needs to be in the actual truck with the product, which is not what's supposed to happen. He was
Well,
supposed to
he don't
be in
trust
the
Oz.
back car.
He don't trust Oz at
Yeah.
all. At all. So Oz,
No.
so Oz knows the deal. Once he's in that van and the shit goes down, he knows what he got to do, and he starts blasting motherfuckers. I mean, like
Yeah.
this, it don't get more hot than what he was doing. He was betraying his crew in the moment, and he could have gotten busted, and there was bullets flying, and it was like, it was wild.
No, and you know what's crazy because when they busted in there, he thought the driver in the front had got initially shot and killed, but he didn't. And so when they open the door, he's like, "All right, the drops are in here." And the dude behind him's like, "Oh, it's you, traitor!" And then he gets shot again, and that's when all hell kind of breaks loose. And so once again, we see how intuitive, but he's thinking at the snap of a whim. Okay, what do I need to do here? What's my next move? He's actually truly a manipulative genius. Oz is.
Yeah.
Obviously he's been doing this for a while. That like this is his thing. He's been working on this craft because it doesn't matter what type of situation pops up. This dude is on top of it. Yeah. So when he jumps out the car, he yells Castillo, and that's Sophia's bodyguard, per se. And I'm like, oh shit, he's about to shoot Castillo, but then he shoots the Moroni guy, and he's like, all right, let's go. And I was like, man, I mean, you don't know what to do at that moment. You don't know if you just need to shoot everybody. You know what I'm saying? But he's still playing which is dangerous. But he's playing the long game.
Yeah, it's most certainly the long game.
Yeah, which the longer it goes, the more likely you are to get caught. So it's like.
So I like the scene where him and Victor's the kid's name, right? You said Victor's the kid's name?
Yep.
So him and Victor are in the car, and he's like, yeah, we might be driving to our deaths. He's like, should we be turning around? He's like, no, the only way out is through. And so, and it's like, I understood what he meant. And he was right. They had to do it. They had to go, and he had to try to plant the diamonds, but that was a real big scene, and it was a big problem, and it caused issues. So let's talk about the diamonds real quick. He goes to plant the diamonds. He gets caught, and he has to run and hustle. And he doesn't plant the diamonds. And so Oz takes out two of the bodies and is burying them, and he has them lay down with the bodies. And the kid's freaking out, but he's making a point to him, He's trying to teach the kid about thinking on your feet.
Yeah, everything you have to do is quick. Now, the premise of this particular scene is that they actually picked up one of Moroni's crew from the actual scene. Well, no, they didn't pick him up from the scene. They hired a detective that used to work for Carmine Falcone back in the day. And that detective actually goes and kidnaps one of Moroni's crew from the hospital and delivers them to the Falcones. And so at that point in time, Oz knows this. All right. He knows he has one of them there. He's like, okay, so I need to think of something. So it's kind of funny that he goes over to Vidi, and he's like, "Hey, man, I didn't know that we were going to have one of the Baronis down here, and we're going to be questioning them." And it's like, "What are you talking about?" So he's setting up the whole situation to pull them away, pull Castillo away from the guy they got downstairs, so he can go kill him. That's what he pretty much did. He knifed him right in the chest, and then meanwhile, right after that. Golly, but this is like ingenious because now they start to check people for weapons. They came down there. Luca came out with Luca, which is Sophia's other brother,
right,
who was over the Falcons right now. They go down there and it's like already question. He goes down there, he's stabbed in the chest, and like, all right, bring everybody there. We checking everybody for weapons, and he's like, oh shit. I'm like, man, he's got the blade on him. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Well, he starts a ruckus, and then he ends up putting it in Castillo's pocket. And I thought this is very telling of how the family views Sophia, because when they find the knife in Castillo's pocket, and he's like, "No, it wasn't me." Sophia's like, "Give me a gun," and everybody's like, "No, no, we can't give you no gun. If we give you a gun, you're gonna spray the whole room." You know what I'm saying? So this kind of goes into like Sophia's mindset, as far as everybody's like, this chick is like literally like, or clinically insane. You know what I'm saying? So, for her own good, we need to keep her away from everything. Luca ends up killing Castillo, and Oz has to bury the bodies. Of course, they send him to do the grunt work, and all this while, Oz had, because they were trying to slip the diamonds into Vidi's car. That's who they were trying to slip the diamonds into, because those diamonds and stuff is actually Carmine's. It was in his stash, and that's what Oz was going to steal in the first episode. And so to set up Vidi, he was going to stick those in his car to make it seem like, okay, Vidi was the one who ended up killing Al. But that didn't work out, so they end up stashing them at Castillo's place. I'm just like, but I mean, I was like the quickness with like, okay, so that didn't work, so I need to do something with these diamonds. Okay, put them at Castillo's place. You know what I'm saying? So like the quickness with which um he's doing things, but like he's like very intuitive, light on his feet, even though he's a cripple pretty much. But he's a criminal genius. Pretty much throughout these first two episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But
he is, but at the same time, he's almost stumbling his way up to the top, because he's being faced with situations that are spur of the moment that he really only had a split second to decide. So it's not really like he's trying to plan this. Well, he is planning a long-term takeover of the city, but that's kind of everyone's dream. But the situations he keeps getting thrown into are kind of like pop up out of nowhere, and he's kind of forced to deal with, and he's been forced to navigate this path all because he shot the son. He shot Falcone Jr. That was it. And that has forced him to improvise this whole time and kind of dance, as things move along. And
because I'm not even sure that if he wouldn't have shot Al, that he would have wanted to take over the city.
Correct. Or that was it.
Because I think he was just looking to steal diamonds.
Right.
I mean, that was it. That's all he was looking to do. He was cracking into the safe to steal diamonds, and he happened to find the photographs of Vidi banging Luca's wife, which he was trying to pass on, but he ended up holding on to him because he was about to get killed by the damn Maronis. Maroney's wife, they didn't with her Persian mob. They done held him back, was about to stab him in the chest. It's like, oh, I got something. I'm like, damn, boy. I mean, you just teetering on the edge. His butthole got to be tight this time of day. You know what I'm saying? Man, you just walk around and be like, whew, boy, I'm walking on eggshells out this mofo. There ain't no doubt about it. So at the end of this, he kind of goes and kind of comforts Sophia, lets her know, hey, they leaving you out of things. You should be the one running this. So he's almost pandering.
Mm-hmm.
Can we say that he's pandering to her?
Yes.
Appealing to her emotions of power, and trying to get her on his side for almost like a full takeover, which we're gonna see. We're gonna see a whole lot of people topple.
So here's the thing that I'm really looking forward to. Like, none of this has any punch or lasting effect at all unless all parties, the Maroons and the Falcones, come to understand that they both got played, and Oz, orchestrated their downfall. There has to be a moment where both sides realize this.
Like, realize it.
Right. And then that's got to be part of the wrap up at the end. The satisfying ending of the series. They realize that he topples them down. He gets a position of power, and that's part of the satisfaction the audience will get. So it has to be done at this point, right? At some point, everyone's got to come to realize that Oz orchestrated everything.
Yeah, I got a feeling that we'll have a almost like an all-out shootout. Like for some reason, like the families of the Falcons and the Baronis will be in the same building, and they all kind of get killed at once.
I can see that.
I could see that like it's like a maybe not even the final episode, maybe the next to last episode. Maybe not even do it in the final episode, because I think this one is 8 episodes. That's what this is going to be. So I could see that actually happening in the 7th episode. Then we kind of get a wrap up, and maybe it leading into another project coming up right here shortly. Because I think Matt Reeves was going to make 3 Batman movies, if I'm correct. So it'd be kind of interesting if he's going to do any offshoots of any of the other characters. We'll have to see who he's going to bring to us next in the next iteration of his particular Elsewhere universe right now. But yeah, the Penguin's been phenomenal so far. Guys, if you're not watching it, you need to watch it. Okay, I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know when we're going to get anything good ever again. We might not ever get any good television ever. So watch it.
I'm pretty sure there's stuff out there that's good, but there's just so much stuff. I think that's what our issue is, Corey. Like there's too many projects, and so it's watered down as opposed to people like really sitting down and focusing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, like you talk about Star Trek, man, you won't write nothing else. You're writing Star Trek. You had to write 30 episodes a season, and you had to record them, and you had to be ready for next year because
30.
We did new
30
seasons
episodes
every year.
Like Next Generation had 27 episodes in the first goddamn season. Are you fucking kidding? That's like 6 seasons by today's standards.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, and like you had to be ready. Like when the calendar year rolled over, the new season came out. Like we didn't wait 2-3 years for a new season. You done forgot everything you looked at. No, the new shit came out the next year. It would be seasonal. So if you started in February and ended in June, next February new season's coming out.
See, that was back in the day when we had life had meaning and reason, and everything made sense. God, I long for those days again.
Oh! They don't. You saying they don't have meaning now?
Goddamn, no. Life is worthless today. Fuck.
Okay. Chris had a question. He said I have a question for Corey. Where'd you live in SRQ? Is it?
Yeah, I answered him.
SRQ, huh?
Yeah, I answered him.
Oh, okay. He said he grew up in Nokomis.
Nokomis,
High.
Yeah.
Okay. So there we go. We're letting folks know. So guys,
Wheezy down there too.
The
Wheezy's in Sarasota.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. Right there in the same spot. And Chris was the one that got hit with the hurricane. And once again, guys, everybody who got hit with the hurricane, all that good jazz. Hopefully everybody's okay. So I know folks in Asheville and Tennessee ain't, but
I lived in Sarasota for fucking 25 years, and I seen a dozen hurricanes, and none of them ever hit bad. They always went around us. We got the outskirts, never got hit real bad. Even this one didn't hit Sarasota too bad. A couple places, but overall not horrible. Some people got fucked, of course, but this is that part of Florida, man. Like because they come up through the Gulf and they spin and then they go off like towards North Carolina. That's how they've fucking done forever, right? It's like it ain't anything new, So
yeah. So,
but I remember one year my fucking the roof got blown off of my house.
Oh shit.
Well, it wasn't like horrible, but it was like a couple patches blew off, and it was enough to let the rain in, and my fucking whole place flooded, had like 2 inches of water on the floor. But that wasn't shit. I had a friend who had like 3 foot of water, like down a hill, who fucking whole house got totaled. So, and it probably just got totaled again this past time. I heard Pinecraft area in Sarasota, which is down at the bottom of that hill, fucking got totally wrecked. And so, yeah, my buddy's parents just fucking probably had to call the insurance for a second time in their lifetime to rebuild their fucking house. So, yeah, it's rough.
yeah, it's a little tough. So yeah, that's the Penguin. You guys go check it out. We're gonna be talking about this weekly for y'all. Corey, we we gotta watch damn Rings of Power so we can do our final assessment of it.
I
I
almost did
actually haven't watched
yesterday.
any episodes. I haven't watched any episodes since I watched the first four. So I'm gonna watch
Yeah, neither have
the
I. Neither have I.
last episode comes out this Friday. The last episode of this season. They said I said a month's time is all we need. 4 weeks. They gonna wrap this thing up. So yeah, we'll have that. We'll be bringing that to y'all as soon as we get all those written. I just want to say one thing, Corey. I don't know if you've seen it, but we've got another movie coming out in the world of John Wick. Ballerina.
I think it's going to be good. It's going to have It's going to have Anna de Armas in it. It's going to have Keanu Reeves in it as John Wick. Let me make this really clear. This is how I feel about John Wick. Number one, there better be a John Wick 5. Number two, John Wick better have faked his death. Number three, the fucking head of the table has to have been his dead wife. If those three things don't happen, then John Wick will ultimately have gone the way of Game of Thrones and everything else that starts out good that ends up sucking. So all they had to do, make his wife the head of the table. The dead wife is the head of the table. Biggest twist in movie history that nobody saw coming. Okay?
Well, beyond Luke, I'm your father.
Right. I think people knew that was a big
coming. Twist because
I think back in the day, I think back was coming. Well, I think back in the day, it was kind of people suspected, you know.
Okay.
Twist endings were in their infancy back then, you know.
Okay. Oh, the twist endings. Oh, M. Night Shyamalan wasn't alive yet. So. And I can actually, I will actually suggest to people the movie Trap. I know I've seen some people say it kind of fell apart, but it didn't fall apart for me. I thought it was an extremely intense movie throughout, even though you didn't actually have like the serial killer doing any killing, like and M. Night Shyamalan in the trailer, he shows you that the father is a serial killer. I mean, like he shows you that, like so he's not hiding that fact. But there is a twist in the movie at near the end, and you'd be like, "Oh, holy shit!" You know what I'm saying?
I'll watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, so Trap. So it's actually a really good movie. Keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, if you want, I can do it this week, and we can knock it out next week if you want to do a Showtime on it.
Okay, yeah. So most definitely. So guys, we appreciate everybody for coming out tonight, checking us out. For the Penguin, we'll be bringing more episodes to y'all of this. I mean, we're going to be busy over the next few weeks, no doubt about it. We've got our Beyond the Cube, which will be out this Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're here, checking us out on all these platforms. Corey, our theme on that one is going to be centered around the East Coast strike for the people at the port. That's going to be our main topic on that. Okay, because that's going to fuck some people.
Where's that fucking meteor? Is that meteor here yet? Anybody been tracking Apophis? Are we got some hope coming, or what's up?
Somebody said there was that you were able to see a second moon. I think that was another rock, but I don't think it was going to hit us there.
Just hit us. The whole world will be destroyed in like 2 hours. And like we don't ever have to have this conversation again.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, guys, make sure y'all here for Beyond the Cube. We're gonna have plenty of shenanigans on that episode. We talk about random stuff. We're gonna be talking about how hot women are a right wing thing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, we're gonna dabble into a lot of stuff this Thursday. So shenanigans, white variety, some of the Negro variety as well. So make sure y'all here for that. From your boy HQ420, from the powerful one Corey Hughes. We'll catch y'all on the next Showtime with the Cube. Peace out.